Alex Stone had always lived an unremarkable life. At 17, they were the kind of person who faded into the background, quiet, average, and perfectly content with being overlooked. Life in Crescent Hollow was predictable, a sleepy town where nothing extraordinary ever happened. That was, until the night it all changed. It began with a storm, the kind that turned the streets into rushing streams of muddy water. Alex was walking home from their part-time job at the diner when they heard the unmistakable screech of tires. A truck, skidding wildly, hurtled toward them. Time slowed, the blinding headlights searing into Alex's vision. They froze, certain this was the end. But instead of pain, Alex felt a sudden, violent surge of energy. Their hands shot forward on instinct, and to their shock, the massive vehicle stopped in midair, suspended as if gravity had ceased to exist. Blue light glowed faintly from their trembling fingers, and before Alex could even comprehend what they had done, the truck gently lowered to the ground. The driver stumbled out, shaken but unharmed. Alex didn't wait for questions. They turned and ran, heart pounding with fear and disbelief. In the days that followed, Alex's life unraveled. Strange phenomena surrounded them. Wounds healed almost instantly. Their strength seemed amplified, and they began to sense the emotions of those around them in vivid, unfiltered waves. It wasn't just unnerving, it was terrifying. They tried to suppress these changes, to pretend they weren't happening, but the harder they tried, the more uncontrollable the abilities became. Then came the knock at their door. The visitor was a woman named Evelyn Black, tall and imposing, with eyes that glimmered faintly like stars. She introduced herself as a representative of the Gene Collective, a secretive organization dedicated to individuals like Alex, people whose dormant genetic mutations had suddenly awakened. Evelyn explained that Alex was part of a rare lineage of humans called Novus, individuals whose advanced DNA granted them extraordinary abilities. For centuries, Novus had been feared, hunted, and misunderstood, their existence buried in myths and folklore. Alex's powers, Evelyn said, had likely been triggered by the life-threatening adrenaline rush of the accident. She invited Alex to join the Gene Collective, a sanctuary for Novas, promising to help them understand their abilities and protect them from a dangerous world. Reluctantly, Alex accepted the offer and was introduced to a hidden enclave of Novas, each with their own unique abilities and personalities. Among them was Kai, a fiery and outspoken Nova who could summon and manipulate flames. While some welcomed Alex with open arms, others, like Kai, were less trusting, viewing Alex as a liability. Tensions only grew when it became clear that Alex's abilities were far from ordinary. Evelyn hinted that Alex might be connected to an ancient lineage of Novas known as the Primals, whose power was said to rival forces of nature. Outside the enclave, threats loomed. A shadowy government organization called Project Null had dedicated itself to eradicating Novas, seeing them as a threat to humanity's survival. Using cutting-edge technology to neutralize Nova abilities, they hunted relentlessly, their reach extending even into the Gene Collective. The conflict between Novas and Project Null was escalating, and Alex found themselves caught in the middle of a war they didn't understand. As Alex struggled to control their newfound powers, they began to uncover unsettling truths about both the Gene Collective and their own identity. Evelyn's leadership, once reassuring, now seemed shrouded in secrecy. Whispers of betrayal and hidden agendas swirled among the Novas. Meanwhile, Alex's abilities continued to grow, becoming harder to control and more dangerous. The line between savior and threat blurred, leaving Alex questioning their role in this conflict. Could they trust the Gene Collective? Or was their destiny to forge their own path in a world that feared and hunted their kind? In the face of danger, Alex was forced to make choices that would determine not only their future, but the fate of all Novas. As Project Null closed in and the Gene Collective fractured under its own secrets, Alex had to decide, Would they rise as a leader, uniting Novus against a common enemy? Or would they become the weapon everyone feared, a force too powerful for anyone to control?